These are the definitive jobs that the cast of Southern Charm would have if they weren't on reality TV. I could see Landon working at like a weird gift shop in Nantucket full of shit that nobody ever needs. She's also very Callie Ben Simone coded. I think she would eventually go somewhat rogue and is very vulnerable to being drawn into like a yoga type Nexium cult, and that would eventually be her life. I don't think they let you have jobs in yoga cults. She's just a very susceptible person to this type of a cult specifically. There's a lot of nets that are keeping Shep from falling into the abyss of poverty, and that's old money, baby. And I think the net that would eventually catch him would be just being on the board of his own overseas trust fund. I kept trying to think of stuff and I'm like, Shep would not do that. Like, he just simply wouldn't. Like, he would not show up. He would not work at a ski resort. If he's going to law school, it's literally just so he can be a trust fund attorney type of a person. There's no 5-year plan in this brain. This photo's so funny. Catherine would definitely be a hostess at a cheesecake factory who's like saving up for cosmetology school. I can't remember if she had a cosmetology school era, but it definitely makes sense. I can see her bouncing around, trying lashes, nails, hair, being really bad at all of them, like mainly specializing in bleach. She's the kind of hairdresser I would literally only book appointments with her just to hear what's going on in her life. Be all ears. Ready to listen. Ready to hear about whatever the fuck Thomas Ravenel is doing while she gives me like the harshest side bang in the world. And he would still not have a job. I could see him just being like a lifelong grad student, and I'm not even gonna bother photoshopping him because like look at him. I could see Austin owning like a few installments of car washes. Seems like a pretty easy gig to me. You can get away with some shady stuff owning a car wash. No one really questions it. It's really unassuming, which that's Austin. He's very unassuming. He's a rat. You could also see Austin working at like a startup for e-scooters, specifically e-scooters. Electric cars, now we're talking engineering. That requires a degree. Austin, no. E-scooters in Charleston, that's his vision. That's the whole business plan. I think Craig would work as an attorney at least for a little bit, but he would get really bored and very sick of being surrounded by like more Shep and Austin type of men. And then he would quit and start a second career as like specifically an elementary or middle school teacher. The students love him. The other teachers love Mr. Conover. All middle schoolers are like, damn, do you have Mr. Conover? He's fucking sick. He had a home run in a kickball tournament last year. I really wanted him for Algebra 1, dude. He's the type of teacher that just like does not govern the classroom but doesn't have to because the kids just want him to like them. Madison to me doesn't seem like the kind of girl who's like, you know, employment, like loves having a job. Like, I think she'll do it if she absolutely has to, but I think she's much better off just being a cart girl, finding a husband, and doing it that way. This was a very likely trajectory for Madison. Okay, let me know who I should do next. I really don't watch Summer House, if I'm gonna be honest, but I've seen different episodes, and I'm honestly tempted to just do it based off of pure vibes, pure intuition, but I don't want to upset anybody, so let me know what you would think about that.